In this unit, we'll cover the QRadar custom rule engine. The objectives of this unit is to understand how rules interact with events and flows to create offenses within QRadar. We'll describe rules and building blocks, also how to locate the rules engine from 3 locations, and then how to interact with the rule wizard to create some simple rules. In this lesson, we'll cover the concept of rules and building blocks within QRadar. Within QRadar, rules and building blocks are a collection of tests. These tests can go against incoming events and flows and even existing offenses. For instance, you may have a rule to test if a particular incoming login event matches a particular username string. Or perhaps we're looking at flow data to see, do we have someone browsing on Facebook? If our test or a collection of tests match, then we may have an action in response to that. This is what differentiates the concept of a rule and the building block within QRadar. Rules are sets of tests that have some kind of action or response associated with them. This is how offenses get created. You may also add annotations to a particular event or flow, or perhaps send an administrator an email in response. You may have observed in the section on offenses associated with flows that there was an event that was created as well by the rules engine. That's because we had a set of rules looking at flows coming in, and when it matches a particular situation, meaning the tests tested positive or true, the response was then to create a new event. Rules associated with offenses are a bit more limited. You can send notifications or annotate the triggering offense or perhaps rename the triggering offense. In contrast to rules which can create new offenses, a building block is a set of tests without action or responses. Building blocks are very useful to being able to reuse a collection of tests throughout other parts of the rules engine. For instance, I may want to create a collection of tests that describe all the valid DNS servers in my environment. If I had several rules dealing with DNS traffic, it would become very cumbersome to have to redefine each of those DNS servers again and again. Whereas if I had a building block where I can describe it in one location, I can reuse that object throughout the rules engine. QRadar ships with a large collection of building blocks already defined and uses them throughout the default rules set. In order to use building blocks within a rule, you use a function which tests whether or not that building block resolves to true. In the example shown, we're testing for, does this event match any of our known DNS servers? By convention, building blocks shipped with the QRadar rule set have a prefix of BB,